Hey Gemini, this is Alex Angel, and I am here to bring you your angel and tarot card reading for whenever, but recorded in for the month of May 2020. I hope you all are doing well. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or anywhere else. If within your chart you have Gemini, and I think the angels just basically pulled out all of your cards as they all just went a-flying. Typically, I only read 5 cards, but since 6 fell down, we are going to use that card as well. Top row is your current situation, current mind state, how you're feeling. Second row is what's to come, universal answer, another party, another person, so on and so forth. And if I do have cards that I do not, I can't get a clear reading on, I'll go ahead and clarify those. So right off the bat, my dear Geminis, it looks as though you are getting glimpses or messages regarding new love. Angels are saying to me, I kind of feel like you guys are, it's like your emotions are coming back to life. You're starting to maybe look ahead. I can even hear the word and term bright outcome. You've been through a lot. Seven of Swords here says to me too, it almost even feels like you guys were doing it to yourselves a lot of times. You know, angels are saying stirring up the pot, moving things around unnecessarily, poking the bear is what I'm also getting. If this doesn't apply to you, perhaps it applies to somebody who is doing these things to you. And I kind of feel like whatever this was, you know, that kind of had you up in arms, that cycle has come to an end. You feel good that you've made it to the other side of that. It could have taken a lot of strength for you to get out of this particular situation or this particular cycle that you were stuck in. And now it just kind of feels like you are settling into your new comfort zone. When it comes to money, time, resources, energy, people, opportunities, new experiences, I kind of feel like, you know, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You've approached the light at the end of the tunnel, and you've passed the light at the end of the tunnel. And I can also hear some of you saying, boy, that damn tunnel was long as hell, right? Take your time to, for some reason, I don't know, I always tell my clients to take their time. You know, pure energy moves so quickly. But us here in the material format, especially as humans, we're so slow. And anytime we try to move at the speed of light in this material form, we crash and burn. So definitely do please take your time, Gemini, with moving out of this phase. I do want you guys to maybe kind of go within and see how you could have been contributing to this situation that you are just coming out of. What I'm also hearing too is perhaps dumb logic, right? You were maybe lying to yourself. You could have been in denial about yourself, denial about your situation. You could have been, you know, making up stories, the stories that we tell ourselves to keep you in a shitty situation. We want you to kind of focus on that part in particular, because I kind of feel like that is something that kind of keeps you guys in these cycles. So it's almost like you'll get out of one, everything's good, you'll enjoy life will be great, bum. And then you will slowly but surely kind of get back into one. It's almost like being triggered and then acting as like a spider web and like building this web around you that you cannot get out of. That's what I'm feeling for you guys, Gemini. Okay, so that is what was or what is or what used to be. Now let's talk about, say, for instance, what's to come. You have two kings sitting here, and I love it for you, Gemini. You have the king of passion, the king of forward movement, the king of, initiation. Um, Kings have they're masculine, obviously. This could be a female as well. Again, don't get caught up in, the gender per se, because energy is fluid. Again, um, kings also help us decide our goals and what our paths should be. They have like a great impact on our lives. They're filled with all kinds of wisdom. So I do kind of feel like for you, Gemini, this almost even feels like two separate men. What angels are saying to me is almost like one is your father, right? For a lot of you, you could have been dating someone like your father, right? Or, you may not have had a strong relationship with your dad, so you now long for that fatherly, protective, taking care of me, making sure I'm okay, making sure my needs are met. You actually may desire very strongly that kind of energy. And based on what's to come, like, again, the immediate future, Gemini, it looks as though out of this situation here, either you've become these kings, more vibrant, more, wanting to live life, fuck the dumb shit. I done been through too much. Now I'm just going to live. I'm going to do me. And then also with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, you look for, that again, that secure environment, that home figure, that, that basic like domestic bliss, right? Pentacles again have everything to do with money, time, energy, resources, material items, material compensation, so on and so forth. I just kind of feel like you guys are now looking to be like this power couple with someone. This guy sitting right here would say to me, be very careful. Gemini is an air sign, right? But you guys, are a little fiery as well. Okay, so I really, really want you to be careful about burnout, especially burning out in love, doing too much too soon, kind of jumping the gun, falling in love with somebody quickly without getting to know them. Spend a little time, kind of going through every last one of those cups. This is kind of like your happily ever after. This is your prayers and wishes fulfilled. Okay. So what I want you guys again to do is just kind of make sure that you're not rushing into something, rushing into this happily ever after, rushing into this next love affair without getting to know who this person is. And then also seeing if this is a suitable mate. Okay. All that glitters is not gold. Okay. And then especially with the Temperance card there, Temperance has everything to do with allowing things to mature. It has everything to do with divine order, things happening as they should, when they should, right? So this has to do with blending, integrating. This has to do, to me, with everything related to the coming together of two different energies. It could be two of the same energies, or it could be opposites attract. It could be different energies, okay? So Gemini, please take your time. Okay, please take your time. All that glitters is not gold. I was told to say that to you again, because I kind of feel like whatever this situation is, it's going to have you like in this starry-eyed approach where like you see this person, you could be like ridiculously attracted to them. And it could be, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be job offer, the money's good, it's close to home. There's advancement for opportunity. You just seeing all the perks, but you're not necessarily focusing on the downside or the more realistic part of the job. You may have to work some Saturdays and some holidays and, work late nights and, sacrifice family time. So just kind of make sure whatever this situation is, whether it's love, whether it's career, finance, family, whatever the case, that you guys are spending an ample amount of time learning about this situation, away from you know, the whole starry-eyed glitters, the glittery part of this situation. Basically, we just want you learning the real parts of this situation. You know, I guess a shorter way to put it is, you know, just kind of make sure you read the fine print and then read it again and then read it some more and then read it one more time. All right, let's see what the energy oracle cards have for you guys. First up is indecision. Okay, so for this particular situation, what I just received, because you guys are the twins, angels said this is them deciding whether they want to kind of revert back to the old way or if they want to really, really, really try something new. Okay, this is whether or not you guys want to stay, you know, comfortably in your comfort zone, or if you want to get out that mug and make something and build a new comfort zone. Okay, and I mean, at the end of the day, you guys kind of know what you have to do. You know, evolution is evolution. Like, nobody can live in their comfort zones forever. Next card up, Goddess of the Moon. Be wary and be careful about, you know, emotions and high emotions and being moody and like the Persian cat and no, I don't feel like doing this. And, you know, be very, very, very careful about basing your decisions on emotions as well. Okay? Remember, like I said to you, read the fine print and then read it again. Make sure that you are not interpreting this newfound situation through your emotions only. And that's it. That's exactly it, right? Angels, God, universe wants you guys to see this from a logical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a psychological standpoint. We want you to look at it from all other aspects aside from just the emotional aspect. Okay? Last one. Healer of the ages. That's Jesus Christ himself. Okay? I do kind of feel like, especially with you guys doing this, you know, kind of looking at things from different perspectives, I kind of feel like that's going to trigger you in a positive way. Trigger you in a positive way so you can understand how maybe you got in other negative situations in your life before, right? And what that means is, once you start looking at this particular situation at hand, whatever this current situation is, you feel it emotionally, right? But once you, say, for instance, look at it logically, and then mentally, and then physically, and then psychologically, and then, you know, sexually if needed, right? Once you start practicing that, there you're going to be triggered. And it's like, holy shit, if I did this with this situation before, I would have never got in that situation, because this person kept showing me this about them over and over and over. But I was just loving them, or I was just this, and I was just, you know, drunk because of the money, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Once you start actually balancing out in this situation, it's going to cause, you know, again, just some other things to come up from your past where, again, you could have made better decisions if you had used, say, for instance, this tactic or this method. Okay? All right, my lovely Geminis, I hope that helps. It was a wonderful reading. You know, I'm just kind of looking back over the cards to see if there are any other messages for you guys. First of all, angels are always saying you guys will always be compensated. You'll always be compensated for your hard work and effort. Don't ever, ever, ever worry about that. And I think some of you needed to hear that specifically, which is why angels kind of pointed that out. What they're also getting to, what cards are kind of jumping out at me, be careful of this guy as well, because he may be a better version of that person you just left, right? He may be more decorated, cuter, finer, better body, better job, better credit report, better whatever than the person you left before. So be careful about, say, for instance, hooking up with someone who is the same version or a different version of what you just let go of. Okay? And I feel like I need to pause on that and say that again for some of you. Be careful about getting with the same version or a different version of what you just left behind. Be careful about getting with someone who is a different version of the person you just left behind. A lot of the times, I tell my clients this all the time, just because you change, don't think that the universe is just going to boom, change right with you, right? It's like, you know, like a funnel cloud. If you stop and you start going in the other direction, the energy is still going in this direction because that was the previous momentum. Now, once you're going in the opposite direction, you got to do it for a while to build up new momentum. Okay, so be very careful that, oh, I'm out of it, I'm done, I'm not gonna mess with nobody like that again, I learned my lesson. Universe is like, hold my beer, okay, because we got a new version of that coming along. Okay, and again, because we see king and queen here, king and queen, you know, for those of you who believe in like divine masculine, divine feminine, you will meet your perfect match. You absolutely will, but you got to get past this guy first. Right? He's the beautiful monkey wrench that could potentially keep you from this guy. You just got to be on the lookout for him. Okay? So my beautiful, sweet Geminis, don't fall for the okie doke. We know sometimes y'all have big eyes. Big eyes. Don't fall for the okie doke. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.